Hello, my name is Itzel Vargas. I am 24 years old. I am a mother of a 3-year-old boy who keeps me on my toes. I come from a family of 7. I have obviously my mom and dad, and then I have 4 siblings. 5. We're 5 in total, including me. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, which, fun fact, I am an identical triplet. So that is interesting because I have yet to meet an identical triplet. I hope to meet one someday. My experiences career wise are I have worked at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's from my junior year up until I was 19. I believe that was 2 years that I gave McDonald's. It taught me a lot of things, stuff that I had never learned, and that now I also carry with me in my current job. After McDonald's, I started working as a librarian in elementary school. I loved it. Once I got the hang of it, it was very easy and it was self-paced because I knew what I needed to do. So I knew that if I had this time, I could get it done and I didn't have to rush myself. But I got tired of that, so I wanted something where I could just move and my day go by quicker, which is why I decided to become an instructional assistant. I love that job. I just think that I love that I am able to experience different age gaps, not only stick to one. In the library, all I would do with the older kids, they would just check out books and that was it. There was not really an interaction that was going on, which now as an instructional assistant, I am able to create bonds with certain students, not just one age gap but different age gaps. So I think that is really awesome, and my day definitely does go by faster because I am always walking around making sure that teachers are good, or if they need a restroom break, whatever they need, I try to be there because I know that being a teacher is definitely a lot of work. So I try to be as best help as I possibly can to them. Some of my hobbies include I love crafting. I could craft all day, all night if I could. I love making cups, personalized cups, or snow globes, which are those glitter cups. I also love making car freshies to have your car smelling good, and t-shirts. I can make any t-shirt with a cute little saying. I think that goes well with an everyday wear. I also on occasion sell them for those who know that this is kind of somewhat of a side business. I also love reading books. Ever since I was a little girl, I would just indulge into a good book. I could read maybe 3, 4 books in a week, and I loved reading chapter books. I remember reading the Harry Potter series, and I think I was a 5th grader at the time, and I was hard for me to put them down because they were so interesting. And now as an adult, I don't read as much as I wish I could just because of managing my time, but I do like to pick up a good book every now and then. The last time I read was probably maybe a couple months ago. I do need to go back. I'm trying to get back to that schedule that I had where I would read a book, at least one book a month, but that's becoming a little bit more difficult. Another hobby that I like is I love going to the movies with my family. I think that it creates a stronger bond for us, and it's something that we're always going to remember as we get older, and a good memory that we will all treasure for sure. We love watching good movies. The last one we watched was the Planet of the Apes, and I just think it's a little bit of an escape from the real world for a couple of hours, just being there and just watching a good movie with loved ones. I just think that's a good bond that we could have. Something that motivated me to become a teacher was growing up and seeing such great teachers that I had, and the way they made education not feel like it was something that I was forced to do, but something that I wanted to do, because they made it seem so interesting. They just had their own way of engaging students, even if they were shy. To those that talked a lot, we were all just engaged. And the way that they managed behavior issues without having to yell, I think that I love seeing that. So that definitely inspired me to wanting to become a teacher. Another reason why I wanted to become a teacher was when I was in high school. I was a part of a program called Ready Set Teach. I was there from junior to senior year, and they allowed us to go to a campus per semester. So my first semester, I went with the pre-K, and I had never gotten to experience pre-K before, or kids at that age bracket, because my sisters and I were the youngest of our family, and we never had a younger sibling to where we could communicate or know how to communicate with kids that were younger than us. So it was a learning experience for sure. And I just felt, as soon as I walked in there, they all just gravitated towards me. I was like a new toy that they wanted to learn more about. And the way that they saw things, I thought it was just so beautiful. And the way that they all got along was so great to see. And those that struggled a little bit more being there, I saw how some students would step up and be kind of like a comfort to them, and them telling them like, oh, it's okay. I thought that was so beautiful to see. And just seeing that they didn't see any race or color, and that everybody just got along with each other. There were very minor interactions where the teacher had to step in, like conflicts. There was minor issues regarding that. So I thought that was so interesting, and the way that they saw the world was definitely different than what I had seen it, and their creativity was just awesome to see when they put it into paper. My second semester, I went to a campus, an elementary campus, that was ages kindergarten through fourth grade, which, funny story, is that campus is the campus that I work for now. And I love the way that they did things. I was able to see mainly the fourth graders at the time. I didn't really bond with them as much as I wanted to, just because they were always in a lesson. Their thing was very, I couldn't, I was, I didn't, I wasn't a distraction, but I wasn't able to speak to them as much as I wish I could have. It was more of, I was there to help. Whereas in pre-K, they were during center time and we could communicate with each other, and it wasn't a distraction at all. A way that I have served in a leadership role is when I was in McDonald's. I was promoted to manager, which was something that I was not expecting at all, because I was very to myself. I did talk to a couple of people there, but it wasn't much of just, it was just me, just to myself. So, and it was out of my comfort zone for sure, having to tell people like what to do, and having to put them in certain areas to my best knowledge. So it definitely taught me how to be able to communicate not only with customers, but also be able to communicate with the team as well, because there would be occasions where sometimes the certain employee would not want to be there and they would want to be changed to a different station, and I had to be able to communicate myself through all that without any conflicts arising from that situation. Another way I would say I'm a leader is I am a part of the church band. I sing with them, and if you know me, you know that I would never do that a couple years back. I'm very quiet, more on the quiet side. So having to sing in front of others it was definitely intimidating when this opportunity arose itself out of nowhere. I wasn't planning on taking it, but then something in me told me that I needed to. So it's definitely helped me grow as a person, and it's influenced me to want to do better. And it's also influenced those around me. They've seen the change that's caused to me, and they also want to become a part of that, which I think is such a beautiful thing to see. And now being having seeing it in front of those people, it's also helped me not be as quiet as I used to be. I feel like I can speak up a lot more now, because now I see it as, oh, I'm singing in front of all these people. Well, I can do other stuff, not just lay back and let others speak. So I think it's just, I've changed for the better in that occasion. The way that the ORGL program has helped me is, it's definitely expanded my knowledge and the way that different leaders approach their businesses and the way they handle their businesses. The CEOs, not all of them do it a certain way. They all have their own little niche to do so, and I would have never researched that topic if I had not been in these courses. I've learned a lot from them in the way that they all maneuver themselves through those leadership roles, where they can still be able to have a successful business but also have great employees while doing so. The way that I incorporate this organization or the courses in my lifestyle is definitely incorporating those leadership roles that I have learned and read from in this course, in these courses. I have incorporated them to work and being able to communicate with others, and being able to communicate differently, not just in a certain area. Also expanding my knowledge on different businesses and being aware of certain things and how businesses do security and such, which I had no idea prior to being in these courses. The way I manage my time is probably not the best. I wish I was better at it, but I'm more of a procrastinator than anything. I'm trying to fix it. Hopefully I will fix it eventually, because it's definitely not been something that I keep wanting to do, but I always fall back onto it, and I always tell myself, well, I need to do better, and I do better, and then I stop doing better when I feel like I don't have to, or there's no need for it. I have attempted to overcome managing my time better, but it's not been something that has stuck with me. It's stuck with me for maybe a month, and then I let it go. So hopefully in the future I plan to become better at managing my time wisely. I do like doing composition stuff through paper. I feel like losing that skill is not good, and doing stuff through paper just helps with my penmanship as well, and it keeps me engaged. The way that the instructor could help me is just knowing that, or having faith in me, knowing that I will get things done, even though like there's nothing there. I am getting it done. I'm trying not to be a procrastinator, and I'm trying to do the best to get my stuff done, because I am almost to the finish line and I can almost feel it. So I'm gonna try to do my very best to get these courses done so I can finish finally and just be able to add this to another one of my accomplishments. Thank you.